Good afternoon, Americans. This is your favorite alien here on the morning of Tuesday, December 12th, 2023. Stand by for commentary. Well, today's commentary is America's Dilemma, or Kobayashi Maru. And it is enclaves. I see where CNN and Fox, for that matter, are both going on this anti-Semitism thing. And you're violating your own rules and you don't know that. Anti-Semitism is terrible, horrible, immoral, detrimental, and you name it, it is. But what you're doing here, CNN, Fox, and especially the U.S. Congress, is abhorrible. It's even worse than what they're doing to the what the anti-Semitic people are doing. Okay? Because you must understand, for the last 2,000 years, and even further than that, 3,000 years, ever since they came on the scene, it's always been anti-Semitic. And it's because the Jewish religious system adopted a very close-minded way of looking at things. Like they are the only ones that are allowed to be who they are. Nobody else is eligible to come in. And that's not unique. Look at the Hindus. They do the same thing. You want to be into Hinduism, you have to be a Baha'i because the Hindus themselves won't allow you in their enclave. The Muslims are the same way. You have to have nothing but Islam, and the Islam that we want you to have, not the one you want to have. And that's what's happening to the Jewish people. They're getting broken up worse lately because remember, you have your Hasidic Jews, and you don't want to be near one of those. And that's not being anti-Semitic here, okay? You ever seen an Hasidic Jew? I had to fly on an airplane with one. And unfortunately, we got diverted from Detroit to Atlanta, and we ended up in Nashville because of storm weather. Parked in the tarmac for 8 hours, okay, with an Hasidic Jew. Now, they have a certain way of looking at the world, which means that if you're around them, you're going to be suffering with hygiene problems and very bad smelling air. And that's not, like I said, it's not being anti-Semitic, it's not being anti-Jew, it's just the way they are. There's a lot of other people that do that. The Muslims are that way. You ever been with a Muslim, especially a Sunni, as opposed to a Shiite? A Shiite, there's some sects of Shiites like the Iranians that practice the same thing that the Jewish do, but they don't see it that way. See what I mean? And Christians have the same thing. There are some sects there. Heck, remember Christianity used to have a sect that was called the Flagellants. Remember? They would go over there and beat themselves to a pulp because they said that's the way Christ was beaten to a pulp. So we got to do the same thing to us. You don't remember the Flagellants, huh? And this is what I mean, people. You've gotten to this, and your government, the Congress, like Congressman Stefanik should realize. You, for the last 200 years, have told people, come in, we welcome you with open arms. You can worship the way you want to. You can live your lives the way you want to. That is a statement that it's an open-ended statement, and the consequences of an open-ended statement, oh boy, can be disastrous. Okay? The United States is an open country, but only open to a certain point. Every country like that it is. Even the so-called totalitarian countries. Their opening is not that big, but it's still there. If you had a closed totalitarian country, you wouldn't survive it very long because you would be asphyxiated by yourselves. You notice that communist China? And over there, Mr. Vladimir Putin in Russia? Or how about those extremist mullahs over there in Iran? You're trying to run a Islamic republic on a closed level, and it's not working out too well. Because there is no closed level. Even Christianity at the beginning was an open society with a lot of different sects. The Christianity that you know here, both Protestant and Catholic, started with the sect that Constantine put up there in 313, which became the Universal Catholic Church. And they became a close-minded sect, very close-minded. They still are. But then when you had the Reformation in the 15s and 1600s, you Protestants became so close-minded too that some of you still are close-minded. That nobody else is right but you. And that's not the way to look at it. That's not the way to look at different items in your society either. Okay? Look at the state of Texas with abortion. They denied that lady abortion. When the doctors were telling them that, she's got to get it now because not only the fetus life is not worth living, he's going to die. But then her life is at the balance too. And she wants to be a parent. And a parent is not a procrastination parent. A parent is a person who, once somebody is born, that's where a parent becomes. Before that, you're just a progenitor, okay? And you got to understand the two things. Same with your religion. It's the same thing. And your politics the same way. And somehow you Americans don't seem to understand, let alone comprehend that. Until you do, you're going to have these problems with anti-Semitism, anti-Muslim, anti-Asian, anti-Latin, anti-white, for that matter. Anglo-Saxons. You guys are a minority today. You were a majority for about a century and a half, and then you became a minority. And this is your own fault for allowing other people to come in. But instead of putting your civilization and incorporating bits and good pieces of theirs into yours, you kept on saying, savages, and to the Indians, or Irish don't need to apply. See what I mean? You set up this system, and now it's come back to haunt you. As an alien from another planet, I say, where are the 25 people that'll sit up and say, we've had enough of this. We have to change our system in order to survive. Where are you? I don't see them. Do you? All I see is close-minded people all around. This is your favorite alien. Good day.